most of us, when we grow up, we start a career. Many of us start this via the corporate road. This is also something we did before we found our company MaLish. So, and if you go this way, so you start out in a job and then you decide to build up something on your own, the question which then arises is, do you do it part-time or full-time? Again, there is no right or wrong as such. There are pros and cons to both streams. And they must not be exclusive. So, of course, it's a valid option to start out part-time to test your idea and then go full-time at a point in time. So what are the three main advantages for starting out your company part-time? This is probably the most important one why people say, okay, I stay in my corporate job, is because you have the financial security. So even if you reduce your hours, you still have an income. So this will then pay your rent or your mortgage. Also social security is taken care of, and with that burden of financial pressure not on your mind, of course you can then develop your idea much more mental peace, so to say. There's also no need to rush, so you can really take your time and try out different things and see where this leads you, where this leads to in the end. And this will also be kind of part of a hobby that you start out and then you foster it and so on. If you are a full-time entrepreneur, there are certain other advantages, of course. Well, for me, the most important one is the commitment to you and yourself, but also to environment, saying, well, I have enough faith, my business idea is valid enough, I know I will make enough money to support me, and in my case also my business partner, and also to be able to pay all the bills. And with this attitude for myself and also showcasing it to others, that really helped me to position myself, so to say. Also, when you're full-time, you can network and make appointments differently. So you don't have to evaluate, okay, well now it's my day where I'm actually supposed to be at work. Do I take the day off? Is this event, is this meeting, is this business trip worthwhile to take a day off vacation? Or, can I call in sick? And I know some people go down the road of calling sick, but then at events they say, well, I cannot really be on pictures, but then you're lacking the marketing and the branding because you're not on there. And also thirdly, as just mentioned, marketing and branding. If you are an entrepreneur, especially in the first years, you are the company, you are the face. So if you cannot market and brand yourself in that way, because, for example, you're not supposed to be there in the first place, or because your employer doesn't know about it, or doesn't approve of it, or you think, well, maybe I take another job in a new company, so maybe all your CVs online state that you're in the corporate world and you're looking for a corporate job. But then people who find you in a business context, they might wonder, okay, so who's that person? Is that now a corporate person or someone that starts out with his or her own company? Maybe to finish off how we did it, Lily and myself, we worked in the corporate industry for quite some time, and when we had this idea last year to found our own company, we sat down, we made a business plan, as we mentioned before, and we talked to family and friends, and we thought, how can we do this? We didn't tell anyone in our surroundings. We started to look for opportunities. We went to certain events. We combined also holidays and business trips so that we didn't have to take on additional vacation time and so on. But then we decided, okay, we want to go all in. Let's make a plan. In Germany, for example, you have a certain months of resigning period, so to say. So after you hand in your resignation, So this also gives you time, and from that time on, when we committed ourselves that, okay, now here is our letter of resignation, then also it's changed in our mind, so to say, and we put more effort in it. We were also more courageous to talk about it, saying, well, this is the new thing what we're going to do. And like from the moment that, at least speaking for myself, that I was out of the corporate, this was the right thing for me to do. I felt relieved, I felt happy, I knew this was the right thing to do. So, and I knew there was no going back, at least for the moment. This is not to say that I'm never going to be in a corporate, but I know now, at the moment, I want to be self-employed and I want to be successful. And with this mindset, we really went out there and did everything in our might, so to say, to make that happen. So that's it for this week on the question of whether to stay part-time or full-time as an entrepreneur. See you next week.